As far as water coming in the trailer, if one day you ever leave a window open, well, even the walls, the ceiling, the floor, and the cabinetry, nothing can get damaged by water in here. We've chosen to go with that kind of material to ensure that the shell that is the Alto would withhold all that time.
Hey folks, Dave Hager from the 6 here, coming to you from Levi, Quebec, just outside of Quebec City, and I've driven all the way up here to share some incredible lightweight trailers with you. In this video, we're going to be looking at the Safari Condo F1743. The F1743 has a couple of claims to fame. Number one is this is the smallest, lightest trailer in Safari Condo's lineup. And number two, this trailer weighs only 1,877 pounds dry with no options, making it towable by a wide array of smaller tow vehicles. So we're going to do our usual. We're going to walk around the outside. We're going to take a look at the really neat inside, and we'll do our pros and cons. So let's get started. All right, let's start on the rear of the 1743. And can't really get in there because it's right up against the wall here, but you can see that we do have a backup camera installed. And now is probably a good time to talk about the fact that Safari condos come in a very basic spec, and then you do a custom build and you add whatever options you want onto the trailer. So you can get your trailer very basic with no air conditioning, with no nothing, or you can get it completely loaded with a full lithium and solar package and with backup cameras and what have you, air conditioning, you name it. So just keep that in mind as we go through. Now, we do have an aluminum bumper back here as well, and we do have two stabilizers down below, which I'll show you. And we also have the holder for the sewer hose right here as well. Now, coming around to the utility side, we start with a huge outdoor storage compartment. This is underneath the rear bench of the trailer, and it's just, as you can see, a massive amount of space. And you can access this from both the inside and the outside of the trailer. Beside that, we have an outdoor shower, and then beside that, we have our 30 amp connector. It's the kind we like that has a separate cable and no hole in the trailer that mice or insects can get in. We have the fresh water fill and also the city water connection behind this little door. Nice alloy wheels, and then we have our dump station. And one thing that I like about the way Safari Condo designs it, well, two things actually. Number one is it's ahead of the trailer wheel, so any rocks that are getting thrown off of it aren't going to hit this thing. And number two, they have this rotating piece so that when you're traveling you can have it tucked up, and then when you're dumping you can tuck it down. And we have both of our gray and our black. I'll put the tank sizes up on the screen. Coming around to the front, we have another one of these huge storage compartments. So you could use this as your outside storage. You'll notice that it has an inverter in here, so that would be optional. You can spec them with as much of an electrical package as you want, or as little, just a lead acid battery and nothing if you want. We have a front stabilizer here as well. And you'll see we also have a nice portal window on this side, along with two awning style windows as well. Coming around to the nose, we have our battery box, and we also have installed on this trailer weight distribution. And even though these are aluminum chassis, aluminum frames, they're still capable of managing weight distribution, and I use weight distribution on my Safari Condo. Works great. We also have an Arvika bike rack on this unit, and if you want an Arvika for a Safari Condo, you need to buy that from the factory. But if you want an Arvika rack for any other brand of manufacturer, I'll leave a discount code down below, and check it out. You can get Arvika racks for just about every type of trailer out there. So our single propane tank would go here. I'm sure you can also option dual propane tanks if you want to. We've got a wheel, we've got a manual jack. You can option a power tongue jack if you would desire it. This trailer does have the optional air conditioning, and it's not mounted on the roof. It's mounted underneath one of the benches. The downside is you lose that storage, but you have air conditioning if you need it. Now you might say, well, how can they not make air conditioning standard? But keep in mind, we are up here in Northern Canada, and people don't necessarily need it. Now this trailer does have an optional bracket here, and this you can actually mount the table on this bracket, and I'll cut to a picture of that. We also have two 120 volt outlets. We have the Truma inlet and outlet, and then another one of those large storage areas. I can't open this one because it's locked. And then there we have our stabilizer at the back again as well. Now, just spinning back towards the door, I'll show you that we have a single step, and it's very simple in its operation. You just lift it, push it in for travel, and then you lift it up again and pull it out to use it when you're at the campsite. We also have a grab handle, and we have an LED porch light as well. And lastly but not least, you do have a screen door which is mounted inside the trailer and allows you to leave the door open, keep a breeze going through the trailer, which is a very nice feature to have. All right, let's head inside the F1743. So we'll start by giving you the lay of the land. On the right, we have our dinette. And then right across from the door, we have our fridge and our freezer, a large storage cabinet. Right beside that, you have the wet bath, and you can see there's a nice coat hook up on the wall of the wet bath. At the back, you have what can be a second dinette area, or it's also a queen bed. It's an east-west bed. And then right beside the door here, we have our kitchen. So let's head inside, and we'll start with the kitchen. And we do have a marine-style Dometic sink with the fold-up faucet. And we have this in our trailer. We have not upgraded it. We actually like it. It works great, and it's very compact. It doesn't take up any space underneath, and you'll see the storage underneath in a second. Right beside that, we have our Dometic 2-burner stove. Nice looking stove too. And we have plenty of counter space too. So the way this is set up, you've got counter space in behind the sink, you've got counter space around here, and then a nice chunk of counter space where you can do some prep right here. Just that does overlap over top of the bed just a little bit. Now, above, we have plenty of storage. So we have these sliding cabinets here, and they're probably just deep enough for, I would say, a dinner plate to go in. And you've got both sides. And then beside that, you have your microwave oven. And the microwave is not a convection microwave, just a conventional microwave, but a nice feature to have. It's most likely going to be optional, keep in mind, because these are custom built. And in the kitchen, we also have our full control panel. So we have our battery monitor and our fresh gray and black monitors as well. Then we have our USBs, both A and C, some light switches. You've got the controller for the trim a hot water heater and furnace. You have a master light switch, and we have the 120 volt outlet along with a switch that will allow you to either run the microwave or these plugs, but not both at the same time. And that's just to prevent you from running a toaster in the microwave at the same time, essentially. There is also a counter extension as well. And that brings us to the incredible storage underneath. And you'll be surprised at how much storage there is just underneath the sink alone. So we have the same setup in our trailer, and we fit all of our kitchen gear in this space. And really, we're not using all of the space. We could fit more stuff if we wanted to. So you have a cutlery drawer, and then you have these nice shelves which keep everything organized. And then at the bottom, you have enough space to actually put pots and pans. So it's a big space underneath there. Now, if you don't want to put it all in there, you also have the option of using these drawers. I think if I owned this trailer, though, I'd probably use these drawers for clothes. But as you can see, they're extremely deep, large drawers. And you have 2 of those. And then we have another large storage space underneath. Now, right beside the bathroom, we have our fridge, which is right across from the kitchen. And we also have some storage, and we'll start with the storage. So we have the solar charge controller here. Again, that's going to be an optional. That's been spec'd on this trailer though. And you can see that this is a huge storage cabinet, just a massive amount of space. I know owners of this trailer often adapt IKEA baskets, sliding baskets to this space. Apparently they fit just perfectly. But even as it is, it's great. And the height of these shelves is completely adjustable, so you can put them at whatever height you wish. And below that, we have our refrigerator. And this is a very large refrigerator for such a small trailer. And it's not just that the footprint is big, but it's quite deep. It's a lot deeper than what I typically see in small trailers. And a really neat feature is the freezer, which is a pull-out drawer style. And as you can see, again, very deep, a lot of space in there. So we have a similar sized trailer. We don't have anywhere near this much freezer space. So just loving that. That's a great feature. And that's your kitchen. Now coming to the back of the trailer, we have basically a seating area. You can actually move the dinette back here if you want to. And you're also going to be able to convert this very easily into a queen bed. Now the way this converts is very simple. These cushions just simply fill in the space. There's no need to put a dinette table down. The boards are actually built into the cushion, so you just put the cushions down. And there's your bed. You're going to sleep east-west here. But it is a queen bed, plenty of space. I'll put the actual dimensions up on the screen. And it's just as easy to convert it back as well. Now there is also a huge amount of storage underneath these benches, and I'll just give you a look. And there's two ways to access it. You can lift up the benches, and there is a holder to hold them up, and you can see that there's exterior access as well, and just a massive amount of space. Or you can use these sliders to get at it that way as well if you don't want to unmake up your bed, or if, you know, what have you. You've got two options. And we have the same thing on the other side as well. And we'll just give you a look. There it is, just a huge amount of space. And again, you can access this in three ways: from the cushion, from the sliding doors, or from the outside storage door as well. Now above, we also have another cabinet, and let's just open that up for you. And as you can see, it is a very large space. Obviously it tapers off to one side, but plenty of space in here as well. All right, let's take a look inside of our wet bath. We'll just turn on the light. And this is a winterized unit, so I apologize for the thing over the shower head. But as you can see, there's quite a bit of space. So we have a shower. We do have two medicine cabinets. This is a cover for the toilet because it is a wet bath, so you can cover the toilet and make sure it doesn't get wet. So we got nice medicine cabinet there. And you can see that we have a shower curtain, and that curtain is going to go all the way around. I do kind of wish that they would just seal the bathroom so that we didn't have to use a shower curtain, but nonetheless, that is the design that we have. And we have our toilet. It is a black tank, and I'll put up the size on the screen, not a cassette toilet. All right, let's give the bathroom our space test. And I can tell just by looking at it that it is very spacious. I mean, there's a huge amount of space in here. Height, I just fit, so it's exactly 6 feet, or maybe even a hair under. I did kick off my shoes before I came in, but I'm going to be able to stand up in here no problem. I think if you're taller than 6 feet, maybe not. And I will just sit on the toilet and give that a test. And yeah, there's plenty of space, and I mean, legroom is like a limousine. So this is for a small trailer, this is a very, very spacious wet bath, so we're definitely going to give it 2 thumbs up. Before we head to pros and cons, I just want to point out 3 details about the dinette, which, yes, I forgot to show. Number 1, it converts to a large twin bed suitable for really tall teenagers. Number 2, the table slides from left to right on tracks in the floor to ease getting in and out. And number 3, you can access the storage under the left cushion and the small front cushion simply by lifting the cushions. That's in addition to the access door we saw outside. All windows in Safari condos come with some form of blackout blind, and you can see even for these ones in the dinette area, we do have a blackout blind, just held very simply by 2 snaps. And there is a neat LED light built into the window. And of course the window has both blackout shade and screen built into it. And yes, this big front window does open. And of course you can have any combination of these 2 that you want, just like so. And there we go. Just open that up again. And you'll have that on all of these awning style windows, and it is awning style, so it's going to flip up like this, so that means that if it's raining, the rain's not going to come in and get your table wet. It's time for pros and cons, and we'll start with the pros. My first pro is towability. With its aero-friendly shape and smooth torsion axle and lightweight, this is the perfect RV for smaller tow vehicles. You'd think there would be major sacrifices to achieve this towability, but that's not the case here, which brings me to my second pro, which is that the F1743 camps large. It's got a large wet bath, tons of storage, a large queen bed, And the dinette and bed can stay set up at the same time. Even the tanks are a good size, which is rare on trailers in this class. My final pro is quality and longevity. We own a Safari Condo, and our trailer has been camped in 240 nights over 3 years, including as a rental on Outdoorsy, and we've had no major issues and no leaks. Let's hear from the company about how Safari Condos are built and backed.
Hello, my name is François Laforêt. I'm in charge of the marketing and also all the dealer that Safari Condo has. Safari Condo was born 27 years ago. We started by vans, and then 17 years ago, Daniel Nadeau, our founder, decided to create the R series in the Alto. So he started by the 1713 and the 1723 to offer something different. The way we're built, 2 sheets of aluminum with an honeycomb nest made of plastic in the middle. We glue them together and then vacuum it. And then it becomes our walls, ceiling, and the floor. The walls and ceiling are 3/4 of an inch and the floor is an inch. Gives us some different R values, but we're still a 3-season camper. So basically, since we use this kind of material, it makes the trailer very lightweight, because basically there's nothing beside air in the middle. As far as water coming in the trailer, if one day you ever leave a window open, well, even the walls, the ceiling, the floor, and the cabinetry, nothing can get damaged by water in here. We've chosen to go with that kind of material to ensure that the shell that is the Alto would withhold all that time. We guarantee the Altos 2 years bumper to bumper, so we add items in the trailer that are very high quality. So we're so confident in what we install in our trailer that we can even guarantee the fridge or anything else that we put in. So for us, we know that the smaller issues will come out in the 2 first years, and after that there's mainly nothing that can go bad. So that's why we cover everything from bumper to bumper for 2 years, the 2 first years.
If you haven't already guessed, the F1743 is one of my favorite lightweight campers, but of course it's not perfect. My first con is the bed orientation. I wish the bed was north-south instead of east-west. Mind you, if that's critical for you, Safari Condo makes plenty of similar models that do offer 2 twins or a north-south king bed, and I think the small footprint of this trailer is worth the trade-off of an east-west bed. My second con is that the available bunk isn't ideal in its location or design, as it sits over top of both the main bed and the kitchen counter. I wish that Safari Condo offered an optional front bunk like they do on the R Series trailers. Finally, we should talk about price. The starting price before options for the F1743 is $51,639 Canadian or $36,309 in US dollars. These prices are as of April 4th, 2025 on Safari Condo's website. I think the upfront price is fair for what you get. When you combine these trailers' longevity with the fact that they hold their value well, it means that overall ownership cost is comparable to less expensive trailers. And anyway, the aluminum construction, towability, and build quality are worth paying a premium for, in my opinion. When I put it all together, I think the F1743 might be the ideal lightweight trailer for a couple or a family of 3. It compares favorably with larger trailers on all key fronts, but is one of the most easily towable options on the market. The money that you'll save on gas and your tow vehicle also helps make it a great value. We ended up going with the more expensive R Series trailer mainly because of its superior bunk bed, but if we were a one-child family, we would have bought the F1743. What do you think? Is the F1743 the perfect trailer under 2,000 pounds? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like to see a slightly bigger Safari Condo trailer with twin beds and even better aerodynamics, click the link on the screen. Thanks for watching and take care.